What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Mystic Watch, and today we are continuing our anniversary video streak. So, I'm going to be making a tier list today. That's what this video will be focusing on, and the tier list specifically is Blazing Fest units that limit break, and yeah. But the video is going to be focused towards PvP, because all these units are really good in PvE. So the thing is, when it comes to PvE, the limit breaks aren't that, like, they're always good, but they're not like that game changing, right? They're not like, oh no, like this guy got a limit break, now he's like top tier. Usually, like, by the time a unit gets a limit break, I wouldn't say they're irrelevant, but they've been power creeped enough that their limit break brings them sort of back in line with like the newer stuff, but it's still like not there. So it's like almost every single one of these limit broken units still like doesn't compete with like the hard hitters of, today's time. So because of that, I like to focus it on PvP, where these limit breaks have significant impacts on PvP, and they're more meaningful there. And when it comes to these limit breaks, there's 11 units that limit break, but there's nowhere near that many ultimate crystals to get in order to limit break them all. So you have decisions to make, and that's what I'm here trying to help you guys with. Like I said, this is focused towards PvP, and if that isn't what you're here for, I'll probably make a separate video that's just a generic limit break guide that'll include multiple units, not just the Blazing Fest ones, but units like Sage Mode Naruto, Konohamaru, like the key units that you should limit break regardless. But besides that, moving forward, I want to make sure, or like disclaimer, that this is my opinion. This is an opinionated video, therefore please understand that multiple people can have different opinions, and you can agree or disagree. But even if you disagree, feel free to let me know down in the comment section, but try to keep it civil. Usually when I make these type of videos, majority of the time it's fine, but there's always like 15 to 20% of the comments that are just like cancerous, and that's not what I want to see. Like I said, like, you can agree or disagree, but try to like make a genuine argument. Don't try to just like bash on people. So that's really it. Let's move forward. I'm gonna be starting off with S tier. There's only 2 units in here, and I'm pretty sure you guys can guess. Very simply, the anniversary units. So these guys are a little bit of an exception. Yes, they are 1 year old, but they were so ahead of their time when they came out that them getting a limit break now puts these guys on par with today's top hitters, right? So these guys are at the top of the food tier, but specifically for PvP, if I was to say, like, who's better, if you had to choose between the two, I would say go for Naruto. Naruto is no, he's not faster. He has 309 speed with pills, but he hits harder. He doesn't need to hit 2 people to generate. He can only hit single target, but his single target is guaranteed to generate a chakra, which that sole like factor makes it like amazing to run him. Usually what you'll end up doing is that you'll run him in your first row, second column, so that he's like the second. When your second unit goes, that's him. And what you'll do is, on your first turn, whatever units you're running, you'll try to run someone who can generate chakra. So you'll get Naruto up to 5 chakra, assuming you have him. If you don't have Naruto fully duped, then this doesn't really like work out. But assuming you have Naruto fully duped, or at least duped up until his chakra gauge, reduction. So you turn 1, you generate 1 chakra. So then when Naruto comes, he has his jutsu. He generates a chakra, and usually you'll try to keep someone with a 6 chakra ultimate or jutsu on that last slot, so that they're like the big finishers. So it's like a nice little like ladder that you build, right? Where you're just generating chakra for the next unit. And that's why Naruto is very good. Sasuke, it's hard. Not as hard as Naruto, but need to hit 2 people, and sometimes that's just not possible. So whenever you can't hit 2 people, Sasuke immediately loses like effectiveness. I wouldn't say effectiveness. He's still really good. He's really fast, and he's tanky now. So that's why he's up in S tier. Now, A tier, like I said, this is a PvP focused video. So as a generic list, this might not seem to make sense, but understand PvP. Minato, Madara, and Gaara. So Minato, the sole factor that puts him in A tier is his speed. After getting his limit break, he did get more HP, so he went from 19,000 to roughly 25,000 HP. making it so that he can at least tank. He can tank a lot more hits than he previously could, where he would just get one shot. The bar for damage started off with around, like, if you could do between like 10 to 15,000 damage, you were doing a lot of damage before, right? For 4 chakra. And then slowly over time, the power creep started coming in, and units were doing more and more damage, to the point where units are now hitting 20,000 damage very easily, and Minato was just getting one shot. So there was no reason to bring him anymore. Now with the speed increase and his HP increase, he's a very fast unit, faster than every Blazing Bash unit, and only slower to Phantom Castle Naruto. Right, and Phantom Castle Naruto sees borderline no play. You will see every now and then Phantom Castle Naruto, because that unit got re-released as a reward on one of the ladders recently. And you know, if you didn't have that Naruto before, you wouldn't like really see it around. Only very few people have that Naruto. But now that that Naruto's been reintroduced, you'll see it a lot more. But even then, Minato is the second fastest unit in the game, and going first makes him a very powerful unit. Madara, there's not really much to say about this guy. This guy got insane boosts across the board, right? Now he's at like 50,000 HP, like almost 5,000 strength. Actually, I got a double strength. I don't think the strength is almost 5,000. Maybe it's only 4,000. But either way, where do I have it? Madara is, yeah, he's actually, sorry, 3,500 strength, but his multipliers are humongous. And then his speed is 335 with pills. So just having 50k HP and 335 speed makes this guy such a menace, right? And he's part of that chain that I said that you would run with Naruto. So he would be on your third column, first row, and he would be there just waiting to get that chakra. So a lot of people, what they end up doing is that they'll aim for the Madara, because they'll know that if he gets his 6 chakra jutsu, he's going to be doing a lot of damage. I think he does 21,000 damage, or almost 22,000. I haven't included in dupes, so that's why. But, you know, he's got that damage. And then if he hits a skill unit, he's doing 30,000 damage. And this is, of course, AoE. You're hitting all 3 people almost every time, since it's humongous, vast range. And then his sync skills are very good, right? He's got... his sync skill, like, he himself doesn't have good sync skills, but he syncs very easily with other people, because there's a lot of Uchihas running around, and him being an Uchiha makes it very easily to get that sync with Uchiha skill going. And all the other Uchihas who have that skill are very powerful. Okay, moving on. Gaara. Some people would be surprised to see Gaara here. So Gaara is a disruptor. He's kind of like anti-meta. A lot of people in the top groups are running multiple Sage of 6 Pass Madara. So this guy is here to stop them from using jutsus, essentially, right? So a lot of people will get resets, chakra generation, things of that nature. So he's got that 65% chance of sealing, and now with the increased damage, HP, and speed, you know, he can compete with today's standards. The big thing is just being able to seal for 3 seconds. It feels like an eternity. So, you know, you hit 2 people and you're just screwing them over. Very simple. Yeah, that's really it for A tier. Moving on to B tier, we got... No! What did I do? There we go. Clicked the wrong button. B tier, we got Utakata, Killer Bee, and Obito. Utakata pairs very nicely with Rinnegan Sasuke and Sasori, but the thing is, when it comes to Sasori, Blazing Bash Sasori, his slip damage on his normal jutsu is 80% chance, but it does like close to no damage. So Sasori's main reason is that you go for his ultimate almost every time, because his ultimate does like, you know, 26,000 damage AoE in a very big range. But at that point, like, if you're saving for Sasori's ultimate, your Utakata won't be doing anything all game, because you're just waiting for that slip damage. So because of that, you don't really pair Utakata and Sasori that well. He pairs a lot better with Rinnegan Sasuke. So if you have Rinnegan Sasuke, you can go well with him, doing like 30k nukes for 4 chakra. Very strong. It's actually, I think, like 35k. And then he's got that damage reduction, buddy, and field skill, making him a nice addition to your team. Killer Bee, probably, there's only 2 body units that got a limit break, him and Hashirama, and of the 2, Killer Bee is better in PvP. He is not faster, but he has more HP and a significant more damage, right? If you include his dupes, he's doing over 30,000 damage to a heart unit, and you have... Now you're going to be seeing Madara's around, and you're going to be seeing the Final Valley Naruto's around as well. So these two in conjunction, you'll always have Hashiramas running around, right? Blazing Bash Hashirama. So you'll see heart units more frequently. So Killer Bee will always be a good choice to limit break if you're in need of a strong body unit. Obito is similar to Madara, where he has that 6 chakra, massive nuke. But the problem with Obito is that you need him fully duped, right, to get that effect. Some people might have him, some people won't. He is slightly squishier than Madara, and the fact that he is a wisdom unit is a double-edged sword. He can take significant damage from all the body units running around. And by that I mean, like, you have this Minato, you have that Naruto, you have Sage of Six Paths Madara, and you have Sasori. But by that same logic, he is also a powerful unit to run in PvP. If he gets that jutsu, he's doing so much damage. And having that dodge, passive, dupe ability, and field skill is his dodge, or is that damage reduction? I'm actually not sure. Let's see. His field skill is reduced damage, his buddy skill is dodge, right? He has 2 amazing skills, right? Field and buddy skill that usually people don't have. So that's another reason why he's pretty good. Now, C tier is the final bunch of the group. Like I said, this is PvP focused, so that's why these guys are down here. Naruto, useless in PvP, Tsunade, useless in PvP, and Hashirama just isn't as good as Killer Bee, so that's why he's down here. Now, when it comes to Naruto and Tsunade, I was wondering about making a separate spot for them, since clearly they're not going to be used in PvP, so where do they actually fall in terms of PvE? Now, the thing is, Naruto is not that good of a limit break because his multiplier is so low that his limit break doesn't give him that much increased damage. And even with a 150 boost, he's only slightly out damaging like the newer units at this point. And the newer units don't need boosts. They just have raw damage built in because they have humongous multipliers, right? A lot of these multipliers are in the 20s, sometimes even hit. I don't know if anyone has a 30 multiplier. I don't think so. Maybe they do. I don't know. If someone has a 30 multiplier, let me know down below. But either way, they definitely have multipliers in the 20s, the high 20s, and they're just nuking people, right? With no boost needed. So that's kind of why Naruto is like falling out of flavor. And that's more of like a game design thing. Bandai realized that they made a mistake when they made this Naruto because he essentially one-shot all the content. So they're making the raids harder, but they're also releasing new, more powerful units that they kind of just like outdate Naruto. Tsunade is okay. Tsunade was never like a top tier unit. She's good for skill. She has healing. She has damage, but skill just has better units. Skill is a very powerful, section with Utakata, KCM, Minatos, Jubitos, and etc. So Tsunade was kind of like, if you put her in, she was never like there like as a top pick. She was there because she was like number 5-ish, on your team. Either way, she's not horrible, but like these would be the last units I would limit break. And there you have it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Like I said, this is my opinion. If you guys disagree, feel free to let me know down below. And these videos are very engaging, at least when it comes to the comment section, so you guys can feel free to discuss amongst yourself if you have disagreements. And I will be making more tier lists in the future, so let me know what type of tier list you guys want to see. I thought this was a tier list that I hope people were looking for, because now that these blazing fest units can limit break, they compete for spots on PvP teams, where before it was just 6 blazing bash units and that was it. You never considered running a blazing fest unit because a blazing bash unit was always superior in every situation, and that's no longer the case, right? Now you had to genuinely choose between who's better, and at least these guys in S and A tier, you run them over like 80% of the blazing bash units. And I'm not even including Madara here. Like, there's other blazing fest units that you would include as well. Hopefully you guys enjoy, and like I said, I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.